Kiribati kids, I love them. Watch this. Hey! Bye! They say if you visit Kiribati, if you really want a true cultural experience, then you must visit the outer islands.
Yeah.
My third island in Kiribati, and my second choice of an outer island, would ultimately be Abaiang Island. The reason I chose this island is because nearing the end of my Pacific Island journey, I was running short on my budget, and it was the most affordable on my budget. Most flights to the outer islands range anywhere from $80 to $300 Australian, depending on how far you're going. Abaiang costs 50 Australian, which is something I can afford.
Definitely don't see things like that in New York.
This is the Ocean Breeze Bungalows, a place I just recently heard of through a friend I made in Butaritari. They told me it was $20 a night, $5 with meals. I said that was super affordable. I think that's where I'm gonna stay. They have land buyas for about $40 a night. I think it's meant for families. And then where I'm staying is an overnight buya on the opposite end on the lagoon side. Are really good. They catch fresh fish every day. There's always fresh fish in those meals and it's absolutely delicious. My buoy is very small, but because I have a one-person tent, it's all I need. Simplicity. I even told the owners, look, I'm a simple guy. This is all I need. They've asked me numerous times how my stay was in the buoy because the family usually stays there. And I said, I'm good. I absolutely love it. The added bonus to where I'm staying on the buya is separated from the rest of the resort. I get to sleep next to the family. I have a bit more of a cultural connection. Sometimes I eat with the family. I engage, I share my stories, and simply just not alone here. I didn't vlog very much while I was in Abaiang, hence why I'm doing this voiceover. I ended up getting a really bad stomach bug. And it's something you kind of have to anticipate happening at least once in a trip to Kiribati, is that it can be very vulnerable to getting multiple sicknesses and how food's prepped and where it comes from. I got very nauseous, I had fever, fatigue, and it took a lot out of me during my time in Abaiang. But under the circumstances, my hosts and everybody that I stayed with, they took very good care of me. They looked after me and looked after my well-being. And they made sure and certain that I achieved what I was looking for. And that was getting the most cultural experience I could get. And that I did. On a Sunday morning, I woke up really early, borrowed some clothes, and attended church. Now, most of the Pacific Islands I've been to, I found it important to dress up and enjoy a different church experience. And there's a unique church experience to be had in Kiribati. But once the service was over, the owner of the resort picked up a bunch of people on the way to the very south of the island for a boat that was heading for Tarawa. And that was just a perfect opportunity for me to explore some of the island. Feeling like a local, because I want to do it like a local. Made it to the southern end of the island. Man, it's beautiful. Now heading direction north of the island, where locals say I have to pay visit to the gods. When you go to the end of the island, you basically visit the shrine, similar to what I visited in Butaritari. Except at the end of the island, it's like visiting the gods, and it's something that you need to do when you visit Abaiang. You offer a gift, usually you buy some tobacco, offer it to the gods. In return, you're basically welcome to the island. God's name is Arauri, and part of the ritual of visiting the shrine is you go over to the place where she used to swim. You get sand put on your face, and the little ritual's over. It's as simple as that, and it's very interesting and very cool to experience something cultural. It's an ancestral thing that still exists on the island, and it's really cool to experience it. Enjoying a nice lunch break from the sun. It's kind of hard not to get a taste of culture here in Kiribati. On the way back, we made a stop in a small village, and I guess they had some relatives that lived there, but they invited us over to cook lunch, and we all listened to music, kicked up on a hammock, and just naturally and truly enjoyed the cultural experience that I would have tried to seek out for anyway. These are the travel moments that I live for. Hey! Hey! Bye! When I arrived in Abaiang, I found people to be a bit more reserved and a bit more shy and reluctant to approach you and ask who you are and where you're from.
They do things differently in different countries, man.
Even at my strongest efforts at trying to communicate and get to know people, I found people very reserved. I'll be quite honest, it was a bit frustrating at first because I had come from an island where people were just so open.
Nice little boat out of a beer can. I see it go. I'll go to New York.
But the thing I found is if I give it time, people will open up to you. And that's what I found in Abaiang.
Yo, Maori man. Yeah.
I feel like as an adventurer, at least I believe so, I think it's important when you go to a destination that you learn as much as you can and try to shape and mold yourself as a traveler into the environment that you're in. Abaiang Island was very social, very moving, very open and outgoing. And although Abaiang was more reserved, more quiet, more laid back, that is exactly the person I became in Abaiang. The final days I spent in Abaiang would be the final days of my entire time in Kiribati. And while each island that I visited had unique cultures within themselves, there is a lasting impression that the Kiribati people leave on Imatang like myself, and for the traveler that goes. The people of Kiribati are very welcoming, they're very warm, they're kind, they love to share their culture. And the biggest thing I love about Kiribati is despite the circumstances of global warming, the minimalistic atmosphere that they have, the people of Kiribati are happy. And as a traveler to Kiribati, there is a lot to be learned simply about life.